Have you ever felt embarrassed about being Filipino? Maybe you've said, ang gulo sa Pilipinas or preferred Korean skincare over our own. We've all been there.
But what if I told you that these small preferences, your pride or shame, your voting choices, even your memes, say something powerful about your political self?
The political self is not about joining rallies or memorizing laws. It's about how we see ourselves in the nation we belong to and how we act because of it. Today, let's unpack how your personal identity is shaped by being Filipino
And how you can help the Philippines.
The political self is the part of your identity that's influenced by national identity, citizenship, culture, and history. It's how you understand yourself in the context of your country.
So, hi, imagine this. You're standing in the middle of a bustling street in Manila. Jeepneys honk, vendors shout, "Kumain ka na ba?" And a group of children laughs as they run past you barefoot, their joy unshaken by the summer heat. Now, zoom out, way out. The same moment is unfolding in a million different ways across the globe. And thanks to globalization, you can witness it all from your phone. But here's the question. While we're busy seeing the world, how well we see, or how well do we still see ourselves? In the time when the Eiffel Tower, the pyramids of Giza, and the streets of New York are just a click away, the challenge for us Filipinos isn't just to connect with the world. It's to stay connected with who we are. The political self refers to how we see ourselves as citizens, our awareness, attitudes, and actions in relation to the nation we belong to. It includes how we understand our rights and responsibilities, how we engage in political process, and how we identify with our country's history, culture, and values. It's the part of our identity shaped by belonging to a community bound by laws, governance, and shared aspirations. So in short, it's the me. It's the me that exists not just for myself but for my country, so it goes the same as you guys. But then the political self is not about political parties or elections alone. It's about the deep, sometimes invisible thread between our personal identity and our national identity. It's about asking, who am I as a Filipino? And perhaps even harder, am I proud of that answer? So, today we'll explore how our history, values, quirks, and even our flaws shape our political self. Not as abstract ideas, but as living, breathing parts of us. And because if we want a stronger Philippines, it starts here, inside each of us.
Our political self is shaped by questions like, am I a proud Filipino? Do I care who wins the election? Should I buy local or imported? These aren't just choices. They're reflections of how we see ourselves in the bigger picture.
Your political self didn't form overnight. It was built piece by piece, from what you heard at home, learn in school, see on social media, or even from what you experienced during a typhoon relief effort. We grow up surrounded by lessons, values, and experiences that slowly shape how we see ourselves as Filipinos and as citizens. From the history we inherit, to the traits we practice, to the trends we absorb, each part leaves a mark on our political self. Here are the three major influences. First, history and colonization. For over 300 years, we were under Spain, then the US, then Japan. Even after independence, their influence remains. That's why some of us prefer American product or lighter skin. That's the colonial mentality, and it weakens our nation pride. History didn't just give us traditions, it also shaped our thinking. From language to beauty standards, we carry influences from colonizers. For example, choosing imported clothes over local brands, or thinking that speaking in English is smarter than Filipino shows how deep colonial mentality runs. But if history gives us this mindset, we also have the power to rewrite it, starting with how we value our own. Second, Values and traits. The module explains traits like hospitality, close family ties, bayanihan, and even crab mentality. These are more than habits. They shape how we treat others, solve problems, and participate as citizens. Hospitality is more than offering a seat to a guest. It's our instinct to make others feel they belong. Bayanihan is more than lifting someone's house. It's lifting someone's life without expecting anything in return. Think about those times communities come together after a flood. Strangers turning into neighbors. But crab mentality and Filipino time slow our progress. Our values are the soils where our political self grows. What we plant determines what we become. And last, modern influence, globalization, and social media. Globalization gives us access to the world, but it also tempts us to compare and forget our roots. That's why understanding our Filipino values is important to stay grounded, even when the world changes fast. With one click, we can see events abroad or join debates with people across the globe. It's powerful, but also risky. Some know every lyric to a K-pop song, but can't recall a Filipino proverb. Others share political posts without checking if they're true. Technology itself isn't the problem. The real question is whether we use it to strengthen our Filipino identity or let it slowly fade away.
If you want change, it starts by knowing who you are in your country. That's the role of political self. Here's how you can develop your political self in small but meaningful ways. First, be an active citizen. Vote, join discussions, be aware of issues like education, poverty, and corruption. The module reminds us that even the poor and the rich have the same vote. That means that your voice matters.
Sometimes we think politics is only for politicians, activists, or people in suits debating on TV. But in reality, is personal. And one of the most powerful tools we have is our voice.
Number 2, support local. Buying Filipino products helps our economy. It also boosts our pride and identity. Imagine if we were Barong Tagalog with the same confidence as we were K-pop merch.
When you choose to buy Filipino-made products, whether it's locally woven textiles, native snacks, or handcrafted accessories, we're not just making a purchase. We're making a statement. A statement that says we believe in our people, in our creativity, in our own potential.
Number 3, use and respect our language. Language is identity. Even Jose Rizal said that to love your country is to value its language. Speaking Filipino with pride is a political act.
When we speak Filipino or any of our native languages, we are not just expressing thoughts. We are carrying with us the generations of stories, emotions, and culture. Each word has weight. Each phrase is shaped by our history, our struggles, and our spirit.
4. And lastly, be responsible online. The political self also shows up in how we act online. Do we spread fake news or do we argue with respect even with people we disagree with? In today's world, politics isn't just something that happens in the government, in rallies, or during elections. It happens every day, in our group chats, comment sections, and Instagram stories. Whether we realize it or not, how we behave online reflects our political self.
Being Filipino is not just about being born here.
It's about what we value, what we protect, and how we participate.
Our political self is our power to heal, to build, and to belong.
So you can ask yourself,
What kind of Filipino do I want to be?
Because who we are shapes the Philippines we live in.